Before Richard Petty and Dale Earnhardt, NASCAR's first superstar was a friendly Floridian with a $1 million smile and a trademark crew cut, and always willing to shake your hand. Glenn Fireball Roberts never won a NASCAR championship and never completed a full season of racing, but his driving style and his tragic death would forever help to shape NASCAR. In 1956, Roberts joined the factory Ford team of Pete DiPaolo. This changed the direction of his career as his starts went from 2 in 55 to 33 in 56. He ran 75 of 109 races, winning 13 times and 38 top 5 finishes. Ford pulled their support for racing activities in 1957, but Roberts had a banner year. That year had proved he could do more than turn left. He was voted NASCAR's most popular driver. In 1958, Roberts joined Frank Strickland, starting 10 of 51 races, winning 6 and finishing in the top 10 9 times, driving the iconic 1957 Chevy. He was voted Florida's Athlete of the Year, which was a first for race car drivers. In 1964, Roberts was considering a limited retirement at the urging of his friend Smokey Yunick. He landed an endorsement deal with Falstaff Beer, ensuring that he would have plenty of cash to retire on. Sadly, it wasn't meant to be. Roberts had never won the World 600 and was determined to win before he retired. In lap 7, Junior Johnson and Ned Jarrett collided in front of Roberts, who declined to soak his uniform in flame retardant because it aggravated his asthma. He tried to keep from hitting them. He spun out, crashing into the infield wall, rupturing the gas tank. The car slid down the infield on its top. Gasoline filled the roof, engulfing Roberts in flames. Jarrett pulled him from the car, but he had suffered third-degree burns over 80% of his body. Roberts, being the tough person he was, he survived 5 weeks after the crash, and during painful skin grafts, Roberts developed pneumonia and blood poisoning and succumbed to his injuries on July 2nd, 1964 in Charlotte, North Carolina at the age of 35. In the wake of Roberts' death, several prominent drivers, including Johnson and Jarrett, announced they would retire from racing, wishing to avoid a fate like Roberts. Almost immediately after Roberts' accident, Smokey Yunick began to petition NASCAR to make changes to the name in the name of driver safety, including the adoption of fire-resistant driver suits and use of standardized 5-point restraints and fuel cells instead of stock fuel tanks. These changes were still being resisted by NASCAR's latest 1970, causing Yunick to break from the organization he had supported for so many years. The changes were eventually made, making NASCAR safer for all drivers. Okay, this is the 1957 Chevy that Glenn Fireball Roberts drove for Frank Strickland in 1958. We're going to strip the car using sister strip, and we're going to probably paint it white. The windshield I made out of resin. The interior is white. I was thinking about painting it, but probably won't. A few bubbles in the windshield, but hey, I made it. Okay, on the base, we've got 4 Steelies we got to put on here. I got a set that I'm going to paint black. Sometimes he had white in the front, but we're just going to make these all 4 black so that, you know, they're uniform. I don't know why he had some in the front that were white, but yeah, they're all going to be black on this one. Okay, I got the axles made. These axles I got from a wheel dealer like Sam Ed Wheels, but I didn't get them from him. I got them from somebody else. I can't remember who. I used to get them through Treads, but he ran out, and I happened to see them somewhere, and I picked up a few sets. And it's basically an axle tube. It has the little tiny pins, but if you remember, a lot of guys, they use the old axle and it's cut it in half and they stick it in the end of a tube and they hollow this all out so to fit. These actually are the size of the axles. And trust me, if you lose that little pin that goes in the end, good luck finding it. If it drops on the floor, only thing I can tell you is you better get a magnet. So, yeah, I've lost a few. Good thing some of them come with extra. But, there we got the axles made. All I gotta do is pop the tires on there. And we're ready to roll. Got some Goodyear slicks to go on there. I don't believe back in the day wheels were smaller than the back wheels, but that's the way this car is situated from Hot Wheels, so that's what we're going to go with. It's the only way to really make it look right. So I'm going to put bigger tires on the back than the front, but it'll look the same body wise. So I'm going to pop the tires on real quick. Fireball Robert's car was white, so we primed it with Rust-Oleum flat white primer. I'm going to go over it with gloss white, also Rust-Oleum. This is 2X Rust-Oleum American Accents 2X gloss white. After we'll let this we'll let the primer dry, and then we'll hit it with the 2X gloss white. Okay, here we have Fireball Robert's car, all painted in white. In case you didn't know, NASCAR doesn't have headlights. They're basically blocked out, so I might add some color in there, depends. And I'm going to check on the tail lights. I'm pretty sure they have lights on the back end, but I can't remember. I have some decals that we're going to put on here in a second. I got to get them cut out, and we'll get to it. Okay, I'm back. I had forgotten, these are the older decals. I've had them a while. I got them from Second Chance Redlines a long time ago, and he had thinner decals back then. They're a lot thicker now, a lot better quality, but I was having some technical difficulties, so I had to shut the camera off and work real hard to save the decal. As you can see right here, there's some ink missing off the decal, and if you look on top there, there's some ink missing from here. This side looks pretty good, but yeah, it's just an older batch of paper that Second Chance Redlines used back in the day. But after I got it on there and I dried it out, let it dry, I clear coated it and got it ready for assembly. So let's have a look and see what it looks like once it's assembled. Okay, we'll take off this paint rag here. Alright, this is the windshield I made from resin in a mold that I made from a yellow windshield. It was yellow, one of them colored windshields. Anyway, it fits perfect. We have the interior. We're not going to do anything to the interior. And then we have our base that we put the wheels on. We need to clean these wheels up before final reveal. But I didn't have to glue the wheels in. They seem to snap in pretty good. So let's put the base on it and have a look, y'all. Yeah, it looks just like Fireball Roberts' 1957 Chevy from 1958. He won 6 races that year. Alright, let me get it cleaned up and put on the there it is. The Fireball Roberts 1957 Chevy. In 1958, he switched from Ford to Chevy and raced under a new management and won 6 titles in 1958. If you enjoyed this video, how about leave me a thumbs up? Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell for future notifications on other videos I may post. Thank you for watching. Have an awesome day.